Welcome to another episode of the Underground Nation podcast. Tonight's guest is an artist who's making waves from the heart of the Kansas City Metro. With powerful singles like It Was You, The Price of a Man, and Go Hard, he's proving that independent voices still carry the weight of truth, struggle, and passion in hip-hop. His music blends storytelling with raw emotion, bringing listeners a sound that is both timeless and current. You're about to step into the world of Anthony Anthem. So lock in, turn the volume up, and join your host with the Ghost Bounce Ball Boogie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Underground Nation, tonight we shine the spotlight on an artist who embodies both resilience and raw creativity. Coming straight out of the Kansas City, Missouri area, this artist has been carving his own lane with music that speaks from the soul. With singles like It Was You, The Price of a Man, and Go Hard. Anthony Anthem doesn't just rap, he tells stories. He blends that old school passion for hip hop with the vulnerability of a songwriter, giving listeners something real in an industry that too often thrives on a surface level trend. He's not only building his catalog across platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud, but also building a movement of authenticity, one track at a time. With a fan base growing every day, Anthony Anthem is proof that independence and integrity can still move the culture forward. So Underground Nation, buckle up, because tonight we're diving deep into the journey, the mindset, and the future of a true artist on the rise. Give it up for Anthony Anthem.
I didn't expect the intro like that. I gotta draw that. I ain't never been introduced like that.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Anthony Anthem. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm fantastic. I ain't never been introduced like that, bro. Like,
yes. Well, you should be introduced like that, because if you're bumping out tracks like what I've been listening to, you deserve way more than what I just did.
I appreciate that. Like, you don't know like how much I love the fact that, you know, you're showing love like that. It's definitely an honor when even one person says they enjoy the track, man, because a lot of work that goes involved in making a song, especially when it's coming from a real place, because anybody can make a song, but
it's true.
When it comes from a place of experience or just things you've been through or whatever, like, that's the whole point. This is why I make the music. I don't do it just because I want to be cool, man. I do it because I want to express myself. And the fact that somebody understands it or feels what I'm trying to express, that means a lot to me.
Absolutely. Music is a form of therapy, and it seems like that's what you're using it for.
Constantly.
Anthony, tell us about growing up in and around Kansas City. How did the environment shape your sound of what we hear today?
So the story is, I was actually born in California when I first came into the picture. But that story is basically two military parents. I was born in California. They met in the Marine. We moved to Michigan. We stayed in Michigan for a couple years, Lansing area. And then Jacksonville, Florida. We stayed out there.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, Jacksonville is its own monster. Anybody that's from Jacksonville knows. Shout out to Duval. I already know I can hear Duval in the background somewhere. I can feel it. But our parents split due to a lot of circumstances. And my mom's originally from Kansas City. She moved us up here. We live in the Independence area of Kansas City, which is like sub part of Kansas City. I grew up out here. A lot of it is the life experiences that I've had. Kind of goes from just mental health, having to really adapt in a lot of weird situations. I grew up in a situation, I would say, where, I'm going to say it, my situation wasn't as hardcore as most. My situation was more having to learn to adapt to keep myself from being pushed into a lot of stigmas, per se. My town was noted as a very not-so-friendly place for people of color at one point, and it's a little bit more integrated now than it was, I would say that. But I can remember a time where, growing up, it wouldn't be surprising if you hear somebody yelling out the N-word, like driving by in a truck, or get stopped by the cops in the middle of the night and they're checking to see if you got a weapon on you or something like that, because that did happen to me a couple times when I was a kid, type stuff. Like, and, you know, there was a lot of anxieties to that, to, you know, just having to do things like be proper in situations so you don't get typecast, so you can walk into spaces so you could be okay. And I would say that's kind of how I grew up. I can't really say that my mom didn't put us there for a reason. She put us there because she wanted us to be safe. My mom grew up in a situation where it was very tough. Actually, the neighborhood I work in I'm only 10 blocks down from where she grew up. And let me tell you, that's a wild ass neighborhood, bro. My mom didn't want that for us, but she was trying to do the best she could for us. I mean, shoot, 2 kids, 3 jobs. I was going to school and stuff. That's kind of what my upbringing was. Son of a single mother.
Well, thank you, Mom, for all your hard work, Mrs. Anthem.
Thankful for her every day, man. Shoot, I just turned 36. She just turned 60. We just had our birthday together.
Hey, happy birthday to you both.
So glad she's still here, man. Shoot, some people don't got their mama no more, man.
Absolutely. Blessings.
So, yeah, like, my town was a lot of lessons and blessings at the same time, man, because it built me to be who I am today. I got a lot of stories from it. Yeah. And I also learned a lot because I also got to grow up in a community of family, too, when I first got here. You know, when I first got here, my family was literally a whole block of family. So I understood what it meant to have, like, a village. When I was growing up, too. It's incredible. So, man, I couldn't get away with shit, bro. Like, oh, I'm a tap. That stuff, bro.
Absolutely.
So,
Underground Nation, you already know we bring you the raw and the real. Straight from the independent grind is an artist who's making serious noise with his honesty and his hustle. Enjoying the conversation? Now, enjoy the music. This is Anthony Anthem with his powerful track, The Price of a Man.
What is the price of a man? The lose is open, the darkness of living. The heart of energy, I wanna know if there is sympathy. Whether it's sympathy, I'm asking if any. Where is the heart of a man? Where is the love again? I wonder if any. When there's a sympathy, more of the empathy. Love the heartless of those walking in the lead. Where is our souls? Where is our souls? The realness of sympathy, more of the empathy. Feel the hollows of those walking in the lead. What is the price of a man? How much cash can you place in the sand? How many bands can change them in sand? So walk to the devil, but careful for dance. How much in advance to fall where you stand? Some will say millions and some will say grants. Many are looking to make an advance. What would you do if you had the chance? I thought of it plenty, I thought it a lot. Looking at others and what they got. Lost in the envy from others I watch. Forgetting reality never will stop. Lost in the capitalistic lie. Becoming this person I know that I'm not. I know I got God. I could have lost in my thoughts and never been spot. I just had to walk away from the thoughts and away from the green demon looking for his ray. Envy is a precursor to hate. It can excel, no Microsoft page. Getting caught up and locked in a cage. Mentally battling, lost in the rage. Parasites constantly being in place. Wondering if I'm just laying the waste. Bit of a taste, a bit of a taste. Not seeing the face of the flag, given how I can face.
You're kind of telling me already, but what's the story behind the name Anthony Anthem? Does it tie into your mission or the message as an artist?
I want to write anthems, man. Like, that's the mission always, man. I want to make sure they're anthems that come from my heart, and hopefully it can also spark in other people's hearts. That's really the mission. That's really the name. You know, like, everybody's just like, this is the anthem. This is the anthem that speaks to them. Like, maybe that's what I want to do with my message, really. Yeah. I want to do that.
Perfect.
Like, if I can't speak to people within their souls, then I'm not doing this right, man. Because I can't really tell them anything about materialism. I can't really tell them nothing about the streets. I've never been that person, but I could tell them about what it means to hurt. I could tell them what it means to just be misunderstood. I could tell them about a lot of other things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe I could be that anthem for them.
Do you remember the first moment you fell in love with hip hop or realized music was more than just a hobby?
I think hip-hop has always been instilled in me because my mom was listening to Rob Bass while pregnant with me, bro. Like, my mom was an NWA and Rob Bass fan and all this, bro. My mom was even telling us, oh, yeah, I was listening to NWA and Rob Bass when I was pregnant with you. But at the same time, she was also listening to, like, Bobby Brown and all this. My music influence came from both of my parents, regardless. Yeah. I can't even, like, front, man. Like, when I tell you, like, I can remember rolling in the car with my parents at separate times growing up when they were still together, or maybe one time I'd be with my dad, and we were in the Southeast in Florida, and around this time, it's like 93, 94, Wu-Tang's playing in the car. Around this time, too, Outkast had just came out, so AT Aliens is playing in the car, too. So Outkast is playing, Two Live Crew was playing as well, because it's Florida. Like, so that's playing. My mom loved Mary J. Blige as well. You also got Biggie playing, Tupac is playing, so you got earlier Tupac. Like, when I tell you my life has always been a mixture of things. I also grew up in church, so, like, there's a little bit of gospel, too. So I'm also a church kid, man, so I can't even lie. Like, so I sang in church, too. That's what I sing.
Influences all across the board.
Yeah, shoot. When I tell you this, man, my mom could blow me out the water anytime when it comes to singing. I ain't gonna sit here in front, bro. My mom's probably one of the best singers I know. So, like, when it comes down to it, yeah, my mom's one of my favorite singers.
Got it from his mama, you hear that?
Got it from my mama. Like, too. Hey, here's a side note, too. All right, so my grandpa on my mama's side, he made a gospel album.
Oh, yeah?
Yo, I didn't listen to after Yo, I didn't know until after he passed away too, bro. Swear to God, like he has an album, bro. He has like a record vinyl and stuff, bro.
What the heck?
What's
that? Why would you keep that a secret?
He didn't tell nobody. He didn't tell nobody. He had a vinyl and everything, man. Like straight up. They were playing it locally and stuff too, apparently.
Oh, well, how did it feel when you listened to it?
Oh, he sounded good. My grandpa was actually a good tenor, like tenor baritone type. Like he had a good voice. My grandpa was OG when it came to his voice.
Incredible. So this is in your blood, man.
It is, man. Like,
when I was listening to your music, preparing for this interview, tracks that hit me It Was You and The Price of a Man. I mean, it hit with honesty and emotion. What inspires your songwriting process?
The world, man. It's always the world, man. It's always the experiences that I've been through. It's the questions I always ask myself. Sometimes I'll be sitting in the living room and I could be just thinking about something that happened today or something.
Right.
About what people do or past relationships or encounters with people. And believe me, I've had some weird encounters in 36 years of life, man.
Well, I'm only 5 years older than you, so we're not too far off.
So you already know what it is. Short lifespan, you can have some weird encounters, man.
I know what it is.
Anthony Anthem is a rising force in hip-hop and R&B, known for powerful tracks like It Was You and The Price of a Man. His voice brings unforgettable hooks, soulful interludes, and even custom jingles to life. If you're looking to elevate your next project with true artistry, Anthony Anthem delivers. Don't miss the chance to work with this independent talent on the rise. For booking inquiries, contact Bounce Ball Boogie of the Underground Nation podcast directly today.
Do you approach each track with a specific message in mind, or do you let the beat pull the story out of you?
I let the beat pull the story out of me. I like to be straight up. Sometimes, if my heart wants to tell the story, he'll tell the story, but most of the time it's the beat that lets me tell the story. I'm like, you know what, this makes me want to say this. It's, from when I hear this, that's kind of what it was with It Was You. Like, yeah. Even when, like, a track that wasn't even mentioned was Get Out My Head. I remember I was feeling some type of way because I was dealing with somebody that was trying to really get in my head that week. And because he was just trying to tell me who I was and what I'm not and everything. I was just like, this dude's really trying to get in my head and everything, dog. And I was like, I don't like it. And I'm tired of having all these doubts and everything. Dog, I was so freaking mad, dog. I wrote that track in like 1 hour and then I recorded it. I sent it to like I had that done in like 3 hours.
No way.
Dog, when I tell you it was all done like 3 hours flat, he was like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Let's get that done. Like, I made some tracks where if I was really feeling it, I bodied it like first day, couple hours, done. I wasn't playing around. Like, that's when I really feel something. When I feel something, I make sure I put everything into it.
How do you find that balance? I mean, being both a rapper, a singer, songwriter, do you write differently depending on the vibe?
I'm one of those people just, if I feel like singing, I sing. If I feel like rapping, I rap. Like, and sometimes I'll just do both. I don't want to just be kind of, it used to be, a lot of people used to like just place me as a singer. But I was like, but I also like to rap. It's like, oh no, man, you're gonna make more money being a singer. And I'm like,
yeah, don't put this man in a box.
I was like, I'm not really worried about making money. Like, I'm in it for the culture itself. Like, I like hip hop culture. Like, and then on top of that, one of my favorite artists is Tech Nine. He's the hometown hero. He's one of the best to ever do it. He knows how to do a melodic situation with his flow. Him and Chris Calico. And I was like, if they can do something like that, I can do it. Bone Thugs does it. I can emulate. That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't I do the same thing?
That's right.
And I didn't see why not. Because I don't want to be put in the box when I know I can do more than one thing. And I got tired of being told no. I remember it got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, you should just stick to singing. I remember somebody had told me that once.
Oh, heck no.
I remember. I was so mad, bro. When I tell you, I was pissed, bro. I was like dead awake. I'm sitting there. I had to go to work the next day.
No.
Laying up in the bed at 9 o'clock. I had to be at work at 6. It's 5 a.m. I'm still wide awake, pissed off, bro. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do. For like a whole year, like I sat there and like did like freestyles like on video for like a whole year. And that person finally was like, okay, man, you can actually rap. I'm like, I told you.
Absolutely. Like, well, you definitely can rap. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that. It's confirmed.
I don't like being told that I can't do something. I've been told that I can't do something by a lot of people.
Yeah.
a lot of time. And then I think even Rick Ross said this once, and I even put it in the lyrics, like, count me out, I'll show you can't count. I agree with that statement. Don't count me out. I will show you can't count for real.
That's right. That's right.
I don't like being told no.
So then, can I ask, what has been the biggest challenge for you of being vulnerable in your...
Biggest challenge with me being vulnerable in my music, I would say the biggest challenge about me being vulnerable in my music is...
Oh, I thought you froze for a second. I was like, wait a minute, he's not moving.
I'm trying to be careful how I answer this one in the best way, because I want to make sure I'm wise with the words I'm about to say here. I don't know if I can even say that I'm careful with it. I would say, if I'm not myself when I'm doing this, then I'm doing it wrong, honestly.
Do you feel like you're being yourself? Is there some kind of pressure that may be being applied here that I'm not aware of? Where's this coming from?
Looking for the real voices, the raw stories, and the underground culture they don't show you on the surface? Visit www.underground-nation.com and unlock the Underground Nation magazine digital archive. From exclusive interviews with rising artists and tattoo legends to full issues packed with underground music, ink, fashion, and rebellion, it's all there. New issues drop regularly. Every page, every voice, every movement. Tap into the culture at www.underground-nation.com. The underground isn't just music, it's a nation.
I don't know. I feel like I have to be as authentic as I gotta be when it comes to this. I can't hold back who I am with this, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to be yourself. It's important to be creative. And
it gets scary at times because...
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. It gets scary at times because, like, I'm putting myself out there, and it's the internet, it's the world, and there's always going to be somebody to judge because haters come a dime a dozen.
That's right.
I mean, around the corner, there's going to be haters.
You need them.
You need them.
They need you.
I think one of the things we're afraid of is being hated, and I'm going to be honest. I'm one of the people that is starting to understand that being hated probably is not a bad thing.
It's not. It's not a bad thing at all. In fact, you need it. You need it to keep you on your toes and keep you moving forward. And of course, everyone has an opinion, but at the end of the day is what makes you happy.
Yeah,
and that should be the drive enough to make you keep going, because if it's enough to make you happy, I'm sure it's going to make someone else happy out there in the world.
I'm not going to lie. What's life and you're not a little bit afraid? Sometimes you got to be a little bit afraid.
Oh, yeah. If you don't get those butterflies, that nervous feeling in your tummy before walking out on that stage, I mean, it's worth doing. That's what it's all about. Diving on in, doing something different, change the stage. If you want things to change, you got to make the change. You are the change. We're not the temperature. We're the motherfucking thermostat. Right. We make this bitch hot. We cool it the fuck down. Y'all jump when I say jump. Now let's bounce in motherfucking...
Facts. That's honest truth.
Well, what do you think separates an artist who makes noise locally versus one who breaks out globally?
Honestly, some people can have global success, but some people can't hold it.
That's very true.
I've seen some of these artists, they'll be a hit globally. They'll have that one international hit that kind of goes around for a hot second, but then they'll fade out later. Like, oh yeah, I remember when he had that what's the name hit and that what's the name, but then like 5-10 years later, we're like, where did they go? Compared to some people,
you still see them sometimes you still see them in a nice house. You see them living comfortably, and they're just living their life based off that one song.
Based off that one song. But then, the money does go, but, I've learned from looking at other artists that the important thing is having a core fan base. And I see the local guys, like one of our local guys, Rich the Factor, he built really strong off of his local fan base before he kind of pulled nationwide and everything. And I have a high regard and high respect for him. I have a high regard for a lot of our local guys too, because they figured out how to build a core fan base locally that strengthened them. And shout out to a lot of my guys out there, spotting on them too, because it takes a lot of work to build a core. And I think sometimes having that organic build can last a lot longer than just hitting it big with an international hit, because I feel like then you're also getting closer with the fans too. Yeah. People are going to remember you a lot longer because you put a lasting effect on them. Because they were like, I was there when he was selling tapes out the back of his trunk or something like that. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you can hit the radio waves and be this and that for 5 seconds, but people's attention spans are going to be like that compared to if you're a local artist, if people remember going to your shows when they were $10 a pop compared to a $200 show.
Well, which really leads me to my next question because, as I stated earlier, I see a lot of great content that you've made with amazing songs I feel that should be way more noticed than they actually are. Do you feel social media helps or hurt real artistry in hip-hop today?
Yes and no. Yes, because it can be advantageous for certain people, but not all. Sometimes people are looking for an image more than they're looking for the music. I've noticed that with certain artists, and I'm not going to say no names because I don't want to knock nobody.
I have a good image. Hey, check this out.
I don't want to knock nobody because I don't know what situation they got out of that got them famous, okay? Because, I mean, everybody's got their background. I know some people that were probably working at Burger King and living in some pretty rough areas or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you come from, baby. It matter where you're going.
And I get it. You know what? The industry can be very shallow. They saw a look and they were just like, all right, you got an eye song. We can work with this. We can market this. Bam. That person got famous. And then sometimes it's just supply and demand of what people want and what people need. Like, I'm probably going to go more for the indie guy than I am going to go for the mainstream character. Chocolate first. There are some dope mainstream people out there, but most of the time, I look for the guy that I feel like is going to be more hungry, that gives me more content that I can relate to. Because I'm not out of VIP because I hate the club. I hate the club. I'm sorry. I don't like going. That shit wears me out. I didn't like the club.
Social anxiety.
I don't like the club, bro. I don't like the club. I don't like going out like that. Like, it's not be my thing. So I'm probably not gonna like what I hear on the radio too much these days. So and that's not me being a hater. If you like going to the club, have a good time, shake your ass, make sure you take your bartenders.
What if you're booked to perform at the club?
Underground Nation, the energy doesn't stop here. Coming straight from the independent grind, Anthony Anthem is back with another track that hits the heart and the headphones. This one's about fighting doubt, cutting through the noise, and finding clarity. Get ready for Get Out My Head by Anthony Anthem. Available on all major streaming platforms. Add to your playlist tonight and share with a friend.
Get out my head, no doubt. I was told to fit a mold, to sit in the backseat to press my soul. The times with the nose always came in the row. I was dead underneath so like a casket rose, but still I chose to be unfroze. In a world of cold, my fire glow. It's in my hands trying to take control, for no one can tell me what I already know. The world has haters and so many flavors, and now's in the latest, some get wrapped in the paper. The many naysayers that are doing no one favors, I keep them in the distance, far in the raiders, far in the papers, so close to me. Back up the evil spirits like a rosary. I remember when so many had a hold on me. Well, guess who's unchained, now I'm monsters free. Get out my head, no doubt. That's the way all the fears through the pain out. Get out my head, no doubt. That's the way all my fears through the pain out. Here is a road with so many tears, many laughs and your peers, and you have to persevere and try not to veer in the chaos of fear. When your love disappears, it's a look in the mirror of who you are. Am I on par, or am I out of reach, a fool grasping for stars? All my thoughts too large, just making breaks in my heart, and I know that's to me that truly needs to part. Get out my head, out, cast away the endless waters of doubt.
Would that change?
Okay, but that's a different story. That's business. That's business, bro. That's still that's what I'm saying. I don't hate the club completely because there's people that go to the club. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's business. If I'm going to the club to perform, I'm going to the club to perform. But I'm not going to go to the club like as some dude who's, how can I say it? First of all, I am not a baller. Second of all, I'm still trying to come up in the world. So you ain't going to see me in VIP spending $2,000 on the table.
Oh man.
Like, let's just keep it real. You know, I'm a regular Joe with a probably not so average flow, I guess. I'll say that, I guess.
But it is fun when you get to have a bottle in a private booth and all your friends are around you. I mean, it's a great time. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to hate on that because I've done that. I've done that with
We earned it.
When you do that with the right people, it's fun. That's why I won't hate
You're
on
talking
it.
about the junkies that are just spending money they shouldn't be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't hate on it. People should be able to celebrate their life and have fun. You'll never hate on somebody who spends on VIP because that's their life. They should be having fun. Life is short. We don't know when our last day is here on Earth.
I know it.
We also got to be careful about that. We got to be careful about that too, bro. We got to know our limits, dog. Like, I know my limits is I can't afford VIP. Not by my damn self anyway. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the main reason why I don't go out to the clubs. I don't go to bars acting stupid. It's not me anymore. I'm looking out for 6 little ones now.
That makes sense. For me, it's just, I don't think that's my persona, man. You know, like, I can't sit here and I want to be that. But I don't hate on that too, because let's keep it real. Like, it's fun. People should have fun. I am not anti.
So if someone only had one chance to hear Anthony Anthem, which song should they play first and why?
Either It Was You or Get Out My Head, I would say. But I say It Was You just because it's the most recent track.
There we go.
That would definitely be the track I would play. Plus, my dog Onyx Zero, he's got to be one of the hardest working men I know. Like, and I want to make sure I let people know this too. Like, I work with a lot of incredible producers who put up with me. By the way, so I just gotta say, Onyx Zero. So I mean, just beats all of y'all. Just thank you, because y'all gave me a shot when I didn't really have to. I am just some nobody from Kansas City, but y'all gave me a shot, and y'all just
don't do that. You are a somebody. The freak. How the heck did you get in the hot seat if you're a nobody? That don't make no sense.
You know, I appreciate that. You know what? Let me rephrase that. These guys that have been working with me for the last couple of years, they just thought, hey, I think you're dope. I want to work with you. Yep. That's it. Like,
do you feel as an artist, do you feel a responsibility to educate or simply to entertain?
The underground never sleeps, and neither does the movement. The brand new issue of Underground Nation magazine is here, packed front to back with exclusive artist interviews, raw stories, and the culture you can't find anywhere else. If you live for the underground, the music, the grind, the lifestyle, this magazine is for you. Don't wait. Don't sleep on it. Support the movement and grab your copy today at ugnstore.com. That's ugnstore.com. Get plugged into the underground and order your copy today.
I want to be both. Of course, I want to entertain too. You should be entertaining too. I don't want to be just like a boring artist too, because I want people to be able to tap their feet and nod their head too. Like, I want them to feel something. I want them to vibe with the track too, because it's like, I don't want to just be preachy either, you know? Like, I don't want to just be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But yeah, if I'm going to make them think and stuff too, yes, I did my job on that too.
Absolutely.
They should be entertained, but at the same time, I want something to whisper in their ear too.
Right.
That's like, you know what? Hold up. What did he just say in that last part? You know what? Let me replay that back. I love when a song comes together like that, when somebody be like, you know, I'm going to have to replay that shit one more time just to hear what he said on that one. You know, I love that.
Yes, absolutely. So what sacrifices have you had to make in pursuit of your music career? Or you maybe still be making today?
Definitely money. That's making music. It's not cheap. I just want to make that clear. And I'm doing that at home.
What do you say is not cheap? What's not cheap?
Making music is not cheap.
Oh, yeah. You got your beats, got your licensing, copyrights, mixing, mastering, recording, cover art, distribution, marketing. Oh, my God. I just pulled so many layers.
Let's see. I would say another thing is just sacrificing sleep sometimes, man. Sometimes I will sit there for hours because I'm like, you know what, maybe I should write this. I will wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. I'll be like, you know what, maybe I should write that in the verse. I literally woken up and dead out of my sleep and just said, I'm gonna write that.
So you sleep with a notepad and pen next to your bed?
Notepad and pen. Sometimes I'll jot it on my phone. It just all depends what's next to me.
I used to keep the little journal, little pocket journal, until the cell phone developed its own little text-to-speech thing, and I was like, yep, game changer. I'm gonna save some trees.
I remember, one thing I used to do, and this was back in early 2010, just so I could go get better at making verses, because I couldn't write a verse to save my life like a long time ago. I would try to write a verse every single night for like 2-3 years. I mean, like every night. I didn't care if I was sitting at a bar. I didn't care if I was at a friend's house. I didn't care if I was somewhere. It didn't matter.
Wow.
I had to make sure I was getting shoot. Some are saved on Google Docs, some are saved in books, some are saved everywhere.
Dude, like, you know those are valuable today. They're valuable today. It can be offered for auction today.
If I get to that point, that'll be cool too. I'm pretty sure there's something in my mom's house somewhere too.
You're already at that point. But let me ask you this. Where do you see Anthony Anthem 5 years from now?
Giving everything I got to everything I love. No, that's all. It's true. Like, because if I'm not pushing myself to be everything and anything and everything in any effort I place, whether it's in this music or just in general in my life, am I really living? So that's where I see myself giving 110%. Actually, not even 110%, 200.
Well, you definitely got the support here at everyone at Underground Nation. We want to help you reach that 200%. But before we conclude our conversation, what message do you want your fans and the world to take away after hearing your music?
What I want people to take away from this interview, that they get anything out of this. You're going to get people that are going to tell you no on things that may not make sense to them. It's inevitable. There's always going to be people that say no. I've learned that clearly, and especially in this short time I've been on Earth. To be honest, the only person that you got to bet on is yourself, because if you don't bet on yourself, you're wasting a lot of energy and people who never really understand. Because I'm just going to tell you, you got to trust in yourself to at least give it a try. Trying is doing something about it. And if you fail, it's okay to fail. Take it from me as a person who has failed a lot. Heck, I had a failure last week, but I'm still going. But I know it made me a better person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're evolving every day. And from this day going forward, the Underground Nation would like to help support you in every way possible. With any new music you're dropping, merch, tours, shows, whatever you got on and popping, send it our way. We will definitely help you push it to the masses.
I greatly appreciate that, sincerely.
Anthony Anthem, tell all the listeners, where can they find you, follow, subscribe, and any shout-outs, thank yous you want to throw out. This is your time to shine, man.
Well, so on social media, you can find me on Anthony Anthem, Instagram, Anthony Anthem. You can also find me, Anthony Anthem, on TikTok. You can find me basically on any music platform under Anthony Anthem as well. So, a lot of Anthony Anthem, and once again, it's Anthony Anthem, and also Anthony Anthem.
You heard it. Just Google Anthony Anthem, and you can find him on your favorite platform.
Yeah, I look like this.
Can't miss him. You hear that? You can't miss him. Anthony Anthem's been a great conversation. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here in the Underground Nation podcast. You're an incredible artist, and we all look forward to what you have up and coming here in the near future.
Really appreciate you. Thank you for having me on here. Seriously.
Absolutely. You have a good night, Anthony Anthem, and good night to you out there, Underground Nation. We will be back with another exciting episode, so stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe, and head on over to theundergroundnation.com. Make sure you purchase the new issue of the magazine featuring KMFMDM on the cover. Only $14.99, and it gets shipped directly to your door. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
That wraps up today's Underground Nation podcast with Anthony Anthem, an artist, proving that independent voices still carry power, passion, and purpose. If you felt the energy, don't just listen, show love. Like, follow, and subscribe to Anthony Anthem today on all platforms to stay locked in with his journey. And for more exclusive interviews, rising talent, and underground culture, visit www.underground-nation.com. Until next time, stay underground.